Hello and welcome to our series of ICT past questions and solutions for senior high schools in Ghana. In this video, we are going to solve one of the past questions that were given during the 2018 elective ICT practicals. So let's have a look at the paper. So this is the 2018 Wassce elective ICT practical paper, and as usual, you are given 3 questions of which you are supposed to answer all. So answer all questions, and you have question 1, question 2, and then you have question 3. Now in this video we will be looking at the question 3 of the 2018 paper, and let's look at the question. Write a QBasic program to accept student index number. So we take note, the program should accept student index number, subject, examination score, and the examination score should be over 100. Now your program should match the score to their letter. So this is the score and then the grades assigned to them. So it means 90 and above. Since the score should be 100 as maximum, it means here is 90 to 100. Then you have A, 80 to 89, you have B, and in that order. Now we are to save the program as STGRADE in the folder created. During the exam, you create a folder, and when you're finished, you put everything on the CD drive. They write all your folders on the CD drive. You send it to WAEC for the examiners to look through your code and your work and mark. So we will not be concentrating so much on this, but rather we're going to look at how to solve the question. We will have a time to look at some of the few techniques that you are supposed to know when you are writing the practical paper. Now let's get started. So the program is supposed to run in QBasic. So let me go straight to my desktop, then I'll launch QBasic. So this is QBasic, and then we need to start writing our code. Let me do it side by side. So that's okay. So this one can occupy something like this. Let me take half of the screen here, and let me put the question 2 on the other side of the screen. Good, great. So we can come this way. Rather go this way. Now let me reduce the zooming. Good. So I think we can appreciate this better. I think this one is not bad. We can reduce it a bit further. Good. So now with the question, the most important thing is to declare variables. Okay, so we will declare a variable, but before then let me clear screen. So in QBasic CLS is to clear screen. Then let's start declaring variables. So what are the variables needed here? We need a variable to store the index number, another variable to store the subject, another variable to store the exam score, and then we need another variable to store the grade. We'll store the grade as well. So let's start from line 2. Then we'll declare our first variable is the index number. So we say dim. Then how should we call this? Let's call it index num. Short it. So dim index num as, okay, let's make it a string. Then we would dim The next one is subject. So dim subject. Sorry, dim subject also a string. Then we'll now move to score. So we say dim score as, okay, score is going to be a number, so make it integer. Dim score as integer, and then we will dim the grade. Dim grade as string. Dim grade as string. So sorry, it should be string, not string. String. Good. Now, after declaring variables, let's accept input. So we now accept the input. So the program should accept these inputs: index number, subject, score, then we'll grade it. So what we'll do is we will say input. No, we want to accept input from the user, so we'll say input, then we ask what the user should input. Okay, so we say enter your index number here. Then you have to close it, and then we bring a comma. After this, then we will store it, because the user is going to enter the index number, so we need to store what the user is going to enter. So we've already created a variable for the index number called index num, so we store it in that variable called index num. Then we're going to, okay, so I want to leave a space after this, so let me print. I'm printing nothing. This one shouldn't confuse you. It means I'm printing empty space, because I said print, but I'm not printing anything, so that after entering there will be a space before I ask the next question. So the next question, let me copy this. In fact, I'm going to do almost the same thing. So the next input I'm going to take is, so enter the subject. So around, I'll modify it a bit, say enter there. I'll say enter the subject you want to grade here. Then I'll store that data into subject, a variable called subject, already declared. Subject. Then I'll print a space there. Then I'm going to push the same thing here. And then here I'll say enter your score. So enter your score, enter your score here. Then I'll store that one into a variable called score. So we store that into variable called score. So let's have a look. Are we doing the right thing? Okay. So what we need is these declarations and these prompts. So now we have asked the user all these questions. What is next? So the user has entered the index number. Let's run this program and see what happens. So let's go to start. You can see that the program is trying to execute. There's one warning. The there's one warning here. What is the warning saying? Unused variable. Oh, close it. We know. So it is here. It is here. The warning is saying unused variable. I created a variable called grade, and I've not used it, and I want the program to run. So it is just prompting me. It's not actually a mistake. We will use that variable when we go there. So you see, we are making progress. Enter your index number. You can enter index number like, let me use my telephone number 0241857477. You see, this is the space I was talking about. The print, the space. I didn't want the thing to be piled up. So enter the subject you want to grade. I'll say ICT. And then enter your score. I'll say 90. Nothing happens. Yes, the program has reached line 11 and there's nothing to do. So let us press any key to continue. Now we can continue with our coding. Now the next thing we need to do is to do the processing. You know, anytime you're writing a program like this, you need to put in mind what you call the IPO, which is the input processing output. So we have done the input stage of the program, and now let's do the processing. So after taking the input, we are going to process the data. So what are we going to process? Our interest is in the score, because we're going to use the score to grade, and this is the grading system. So we are going to use what you call the select case statement to do the grading. You can use the if, but I feel like the select case statement is very easy, and it will save us a lot of time here. And so I would say select case, select case. Don't worry, the red means, sorry, we didn't declare the case we are dealing with. So I'm going to use score, and then the red doesn't matter. The issue is if we read the select case without end select, we have not finished. So when we finish, we put the end there, and then that red alert will go. So let's start with the case. The first case is going to be grade A, which is 90 and above. So 90 and above, we're going to have A. So it means 90 to 100. All right. So because the maximum is 100, so we will say case 90 to 100. And what is in this case? This case is going to display the grade. So we say grade equal, then we put A here. Then we are going to get another case for grade B. It's the same thing. You say yes, so I'm copying and pasting to save the time. So case this around is going to be 80 to 89. Case 80 to 89, and the grade is going to be B. Then we go to case, so that this grade will be C. So we change it, then change the range. So the C is 70 to 79, 72, 79. Then we change, we duplicate it, we go to next case, which is D, grade D, and then that is going to be 60 to 69, 60 to 69. And then go to the next case, which is going to be, so after D we go to E, and then the range is 50 to 59 to 59. Then we move on to the last case, which is F. So below 50, that will be 0 to 50. Okay, so below 50 will be 0 to 49. 0 to 49. Okay, and that will be F. Okay, So we have given the conditions. Now what if what the person enters doesn't fall within these ranges? Because the question says that it should be over 100. It means somebody can enter 101. So what would the system do? Should the system crash? No. So we use the else statement. So case else. So case else is going to be graded. So the grade there that we are going to show, grade equal to let's say no grade. Sorry, let me quote it. No grade for you. Please enter a correct. So this is what we want to tell the user: enter a correct score, and put a full stop there, and let me close it. So if the user enters a score that is not in these cases, in any of these cases, then we will display this message. Now we go down, and then we will say end select. So the select cases must be ended. So we say end select. Okay, so end select. All right, now what we need to do is now to move to the next section. We are done with the processing. This is where we'll be doing the processing. And now what are we going to display to the user is in the question. So let's come here. It says print the subject, index number, score, and grade on the computer screen. So what we are going to do is to print the subject, the grade. So we'll start from here. We start from here. Then we will say print. Then we will print index number. So print. Then we will open a code. Then we say your index number is your index number is, sorry, let me do proper thing. Your index number is, then we display the index number here. Then we bring a semicolon to display the, because we are ended with a line. We want to terminate that line and continue with another thing. So is, then we bring the index number. So the index number is stored in a variable called index num. So we say index num. Simple. Now let's test this program at this stage and see. So start. It's running. Good. So enter your index number. So let's keep note. This is the first prompt. Enter your index number, and I'm going to enter 0241857477 as my contact, and then it's asking me to enter my subject. Quickly, let's type ICT. Enter your score. We'll type 90, and then so you see that your index number is 0241. This, it has reached here. It is giving my index number. It is printing my index number, and then nothing else. So we need to print more. So let me copy this whole thing here. Copy this, and then paste it like this. So here I'm going to print the next in the question is subject. So I'm going to print the subject. So let's bring the subject. So your subject, the subject is okay. So let me move the U. So it becomes something like this. Your index number is subject is, and then we store that one in a variable called subject. Then we can now print again. So we can now print sorry, we can now print the score. So we say your score was, okay, so your score was, and then that one will be stored in the variable called score. And then we now move down to print the grade. So your grade is, so therefore all these things are just a way of communicating to the user. It's not in the question, but I think to make the program nice. So therefore your grade is, then we'll bring grade here, the variable that was not used earlier on. So now grade. Okay, so we can now end the program. So let's end the program, and that is it. If you check here, status, there's no error, everything is okay. So you can run again the program again. Let's run it. Good. So this is it. Enter your index number. So once again, I'm going to enter 0241857477. Enter the subject I want to grade is, let's say, physics. Your score, let's say my score is 90. So your index number is 0241. Subject is physics. Your score is 90. Therefore, grade is A. So let's make, therefore, your grade is A. Now there's one thing that I want us to look at. You see, when, let's run it again. Run. So you understand what I'm saying. So this is it. Let's start by saying our index number, and then the subject, let's go for ICT. And then let's say we had this time around we have 78, and this is what we have. ICT, your score was 78, therefore your grade is C. Now we don't want to see this input again when we display the output. We want to display only the output. So how do we do that? So from here, before we print the output, let's clear the screen. So CLS. So it means that everything here will be cleared from the screen, then we will be shown this, or and this one should be printed. So let's try it again and see. Run, start. So let's take note of the input you're going to make. So 001122334455. So that is the index number. The subject, let's make it ICT. Then our score should be 98. And then you see your index number is this, subject is this, your score was this, your grade is A. So basically this is how you can solve the the Wassce 2018 Elective ICT paper 3 question 3. This is the solution, and this is our output. I think done. Our next video is going to be on question 2, which we're going to create a database, and then we'll then look at this. So stay tuned on this channel. If you've not subscribed, please do subscribe, and then turn on the notification bell so that as soon as I drop the video, you'll be notified. This video is dedicated to all Wassce candidates or students who are preparing themselves for Wassce, especially elective ICT. Stay tuned and be blessed. Bye bye.